Welcome to the Curate Your Life with Temetria podcast, where we focus on curating the life you've been dreaming of, one goal at a time. Okay, so 'tis the season for giving, which is one of the reasons I'm on location. I'm at my mom's house, and it's Christmas. Christmas is in a couple of days, and it's a season of giving, right? But what I want to talk to you about today is receiving. And this just came up because the other day I saw a clip of the new cast of The Color Purple. And I think maybe they were on The View because they were with Whoopi Goldberg. And Taraji was encouraging the crowd to stand up and give Whoopi Goldberg a standing ovation for her original portrayal of Miss Seeley in the first movie. And, you know, the audience was standing up and applauding her. And Whoopi was like, no, sit down. Well, it occurred to me that we don't receive very well compliments, help, things like that. And especially as women, we don't receive it. And I was just thinking about it. I'm like, that movie was monumental, right? And I'm 90% sure that Whoopi received an Oscar for that movie. She won an Oscar. And I think she was the second woman of color to receive an Oscar in a supporting role. I think those are true. Don't hold me to that. Anyway, we know she did fabulous in that movie. That was blockbuster, game-changing, historical, right? She played that role, and she deserved that standing ovation then and now, but she wasn't receiving it. And I want to talk about that. Why don't we stop and just receive the applause, the thank you, the whatever it is when it's offered? And we, especially as women, don't do that. We don't easily receive kudos and compliments and things like that. And I just want to think about that and ask why. But I've done it. I've been guilty of it. I try to do better. But you know it's happened to you. Somebody will say, oh my God, I love that dress. You're like, oh, well, it's a little too tight, or this is not the right color. Or if somebody says, oh, I love your hair. Oh, I just, I think it looks a mess, or I really need a haircut, or oh, my gray is showing. We dismiss it. We dismiss ourselves. We don't take that compliment. And why do we not do that? So I was thinking about that, and I try to, when somebody compliments me on something, just say thank you. That's it. That's all you need to do. Thank you. Smile, move on. And I learned this a long time ago in Wendy Ward Charm School. That's right. I went to charm school, and this is a long time ago in San Antonio. Montgomery Ward, I don't know if it was everywhere, but Montgomery Ward was a department store in the 60s, 70s, 80s. And they had a program called Wendy Ward Charm School. And I'm assuming this was during the summer. I don't know exactly when it was, and I want to say it was like 12 weeks. I don't know that for sure either. This is what I remember about it. It was a program. It was Wendy Ward Charm School. It was in like a room in Montgomery Ward. I don't know if it was like one of their meeting rooms, whatever, conference room. Maybe it was a lunch room. I do not remember, but it was in a room in Montgomery Ward. You'd go to charm school weekly for however many weeks. You'd get to pick out an outfit at the end, and there was a fashion show. But one of the things that I loved most was we got this big book. It was a book that had things like, I remember that it was white. I can't remember what was on the cover, and it was like hard bound like a textbook. And it had things in it, like how to go down the stairs, how to walk gracefully and stand up straight, how to sit and cross your legs at the ankles, not, sophisticated, cross your legs at the knees, cross your legs at the ankle and tuck them kind of into your chair, how to walk up and down stairs, place settings, things like that, thank you notes, things like that. One of the things that I really remember was, it said, when somebody gives you a compliment, you say thank you. And that's it. And you don't like, oh, well, whatever. And that really just stuck with me. And so I tried to say thank you and not add all the disclaimers and all the things and really dismiss it when somebody gives me a compliment. So I want you to think about that. Think about how you react. And again, it's natural, right? And it's some kind of programming or something that we have that it's not okay to say thank you or yes, I really like this dress, or I thought my hair looked good today too. We dismiss ourselves and tamp ourselves down, and we're not doing that anymore. From now on, try it. Just say thank you when somebody gives you a compliment. And it won't come naturally, and it'll take some practice, because I even slip sometimes, and I want to say, oh, but. No more oh, buts. Because think about this. Think about when you've given somebody a compliment. You give somebody a compliment like, oh my God, I love your dress. Like this whole thing. And how does it make you feel that you are genuinely expressing your appreciation, your admiration for something, and then they give you all the reasons why it's not worth it, right? You're giving that to them. You want them to know what you appreciate about them, what you like about them, what is drawing your attention or your kudos in that moment. You're genuinely giving them a compliment, and you just genuinely want them to take it. So think about that. When somebody has stopped to notice something about you and give you a compliment, just say thank you, because that's all they really want. I'm assuming that should be all they want, I think. But just receive it. And it's okay to receive. And I think one of the things is like we give. But it's okay, especially when somebody's offering, to graciously accept and receive the compliment. And I think another place where we do this is when somebody offers help. It is so okay to not only take help, to especially take it when it's offered, but to ask for help, because people want to help. It makes people feel good to help other people. Think about when you offer help to somebody. Does it not make you feel good that you're helping another person? We were meant to live in community, be part of community, and it's a give and take. So if you struggle with receiving compliments, help, things like that, think about where you offer those things from when you're offering it, and trust that they are coming from the same energy. And it's okay just to say, thank you, I accept that, or I receive that, or I appreciate that. So the next time that somebody gives you a compliment, pause for just a second, smile, and say thank you. And then ask yourself, okay, how is that true? Instead of automatically saying, oh no, this dress is awful, my hair is a mess, I didn't have time to do blah, 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 whatever. Just pause in that moment and think, okay, well, how is that true? And just soak it in, take it in, and accept it, and see how that feels. Just look for the truth in the compliment, This may not be like runaway hair, but how is it okay today? How is it the best that I had? How does this dress flatter me? How does the job I just did affect somebody else in a positive way? Somebody's like, good job. And you're like, well, I could have done blah, blah, and blah. But how was what you did enough and perfect for the situation? So in this time of giving, give yourself the space to receive compliments, help, even gifts. You know, we're exchanging gifts right now. And instead of, oh, you shouldn't have, thank you. I appreciate this so much. Give the giver of the compliment, the help, the gift of receiving it from the same place that they gave it. So I hope you have a wonderful holiday. I hope it's everything that you want it to be. So I want to end this podcast a little bit differently, and I want to take a minute to express my sincere gratitude to you for tuning in, for being part of this community. And I want you to know that I am going to continue to bring you my best. It won't be perfect. I hope you get something from this. If there's anything ever that you want to hear, want to discuss, leave me a note and I will work it into the podcast. I'm happy to bring you what you want to hear. I need to know what that is and I'll work it in. You're always welcome to schedule a consultation to talk about how we can work together. But I really just want you to know that I appreciate you being in this space, listening to this podcast. If you love it, I would appreciate if you would share it with family, friends, or anybody that you think will get something out of it as well. And we're going to be moving into 2024. Let's do big things together. And I hope you close out this year on a high note. Until next time.